What if there was no Declaration of Independence? No Revolutionary War? What if the United States remained part of the British Empire forever? Would we still have democracy? How would this change global history? Could modern-day America exist at all? Transition into the main content by teasing key themes: stronger British dominance, altered cultural identities, and surprising twists in world events. The American Revolution saw key events like the battles of Lexington and Concord, 1775. The Declaration of Independence, 1776. The Turning Point at Saratoga, 1777. French Alliance and Victory at Yorktown, 1781. The Treaty of Paris, 1783, secured independence. However, the colonists faced near failure due to military defeats, internal divisions, financial struggles, and reliance on foreign aid. Alternate Scenario 1. France doesn't ally. If Benjamin Franklin fails to secure French support after Saratoga, the Continental Army collapses under British pressure. Without supplies or naval reinforcements, Washington's forces crumble by 1779. Loyalist sentiment grows, leading to peace negotiations by 1780. America remains a British colony. Alternate Scenario 2. Washington loses at Trenton. If Washington's attack on Trenton fails in 1776, morale plummets, and enlistments drop. Britain regains momentum, isolating Patriot forces. France refuses to ally, seeing the rebellion as hopeless. By 1778, the Continental Congress surrenders, ending hopes for independence. In both scenarios, small shifts, like losing a battle or failing diplomatically, could have doomed the revolution, leaving America under British rule. A stronger British Empire. How retaining the colonies changed everything. If Britain had kept control of its American colonies, it would have become an even more powerful global force, reshaping history economically, militarily, and geopolitically. Economic and military strength, resources, access to cotton, tobacco, timber, and coal from the colonies accelerates Britain's industrial revolution, boosting manufacturing and trade. Debt avoided. By suppressing the revolution, Britain avoids massive war debt, freeing resources to expand its navy, infrastructure, and colonial reach. Strategic bases. Control of North American ports strengthens the Royal Navy, ensuring dominance over Atlantic trade routes and military logistics. Geopolitical speculation. Napoleon loses sooner, without U.S. interference. Britain crushes Napoleon earlier, solidifying European hegemony. Germany and Russia weakened. A stronger Britain suppresses nationalist movements, delaying German unification and limiting Russian expansion. No world wars. The absence of rival powers like Germany prevents the conditions that led to both world wars, creating a stable world under Pax Britannica. Visual idea. Split-screen timelines. Reality. Our timeline. Chaos. World War I, World War II. Cold War. Decolonization. Alternate timeline. Pax Britannica. Peaceful global order with Britain as the uncontested superpower. No major wars, and suppressed nationalist movements. By retaining the colonies, Britain secures unmatched economic and military strength, reshaping the world into a calmer, more stable era under its enduring dominance. Life in British North America. In an alternate America under British rule, life evolves with a mix of imperial loyalty and colonial identity. Thriving cities, Boston, New York, and Philadelphia become industrial and cultural hubs. The North focuses on manufacturing, while the South relies on agriculture like cotton and tobacco. Regional tensions. Divisions persist between the industrial North and agrarian South, especially over slavery and economic policies. Westward expansion continues, but indigenous tribes may negotiate better terms under British oversight compared to U.S. aggression. Path to autonomy. Over time, British North America adopts a Canadian-style parliamentary system, gaining self-governance while remaining part of the empire. Citizens celebrate Empire Day with cricket matches, tea parties, and parades instead of Independence Day. Slavery ends earlier. Britain's 1833 abolition law eradicates slavery sooner. But racial inequality persists, with slow progress toward civil rights. Cultural blend. A unique hybrid culture emerges, Cricket replaces baseball. Tea parties thrive, and English traditions mix with colonial innovations. This alternate America remains prosperous and stable but grapples with familiar challenges, carving out its own identity within the British Empire. Alternate history. A world without the U.S. World Wars I and II. Without U.S. intervention. Britain relies heavily on its colonies and dominions, India, Australia, Canada, etc. Victory is less certain, potentially leading to negotiated settlements rather than decisive outcomes. Cold War dynamics. Britain and its Commonwealth allies counter Soviet ambitions, but with limited resources. Proxy wars and rebuilding efforts are smaller in scale. Decolonization accelerates as the Soviet Union exploits anti-colonial sentiment. Space race. Without NASA, space exploration slows. Britain might attempt its own moon landing, or the Soviets could dominate entirely, delaying humanity's lunar arrival. Cultural shifts. Hollywood never becomes a global powerhouse. British film studios in London or Toronto take center stage. Music and fashion evolve under British influence, with rock and roll and jazz replaced by empire-inspired genres and styles. In this alternate timeline, Britain shapes global events and culture, but progress is slower, and colonial tensions reshape the world earlier. Today's world. A federated British North America. In this alternate present, British North America thrives as a semi-independent federation within the Commonwealth, resembling Canada or Australia in governance. Here's what life looks like. Society and culture. Global language. English dominates globally, but regional dialects create unique blends. Southern drawls mix with Cockney slang, while indigenous languages persist in localized areas. Cultural identity. People proudly identify as both American, geographically, and British, culturally. Though tensions linger over this dual identity, national pride centers around contributions to the empire rather than independence. Economy and innovation. Tech hubs shift. Without Silicon Valley, technological innovation emerges elsewhere. Vancouver, Manchester, or even London becomes the tech capital of the world. Advances may occur slightly slower due to less concentrated investment. Colonial legacy. Economic disparities persist between industrialized northern cities and agrarian southern regions, reflecting historical divides. Lingering tensions. Independence movements. Certain groups, especially descendants of Revolutionary-era dissenters, continue advocating for full independence. These movements gain traction during periods of economic hardship or global instability. Identity struggles. Many grapple with reconciling their colonial past with modern aspirations, leading to debates about autonomy, representation, and cultural heritage. This world is shaped by British influence yet marked by internal diversity and unresolved tensions. While prosperous and culturally rich, it remains a patchwork of identities striving to balance tradition with progress. A world without U.S. independence. The absence of American independence transforms not just North America but the entire global landscape. Some outcomes improve. Slavery ends earlier under British law, and westward expansion may be less violent with stricter imperial oversight. Others stagnate. Democracy spreads more slowly without the U.S. as a model, and entrenched class divides persist within the empire. Philosophical question. Would you rather live in a world where freedom comes through revolution, or through gradual reform? What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Would you prefer a calmer, more stable world under British rule, or is the chaos of revolution worth the price of liberty? Don't forget to subscribe for more alternate history videos exploring the what-ifs of our past.